What's up, you guys? It's Katie McArdle with Coldwell Banker. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to get your home prepped and ready to sell to make the most money possible. So make sure you watch through the entire video to get all my really good tips. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put those down below, and liking and subscribing is always good. So there's 10 things that I'm going to point out today. There's a lot of things you could do, but these are only 10 and probably the most important. So the first thing that I would say is when I'm going out to show a property to buyers, the first thing that they see is the entryway. And a lot of people don't even think about this, but when I'm trying to get in the key and open the door for them, all they can do is sit there and stare and look at all the dead bugs that you have in the lights above you and the cobwebs that haven't been swept down. So that's definitely a first impression, and you really, really want to make sure that area is cleaned up. So whatever you can do, clean it, spray it, take off that light bulb cover and take all the dead bugs out, wash it out, make it look as nice as you can. Always some fresh flowers by the front door are always a plus too. So keep that in mind. And also, going into my next one, when you have a light right next to the front door, make sure that that light bulb is working. Again, throughout the whole house, you need to make sure that every single light bulb in the home is working, because it's very frustrating when you can't see the doorknob, you can't, then when you come in the home and the lights aren't turning on, all that does is point out to the buyers that maybe there's a problem with the electrical. And that's definitely not something that you want a buyer to see when they walk into your home. So make sure that everything is nice and bright and every light bulb in the home is working. So that's pretty simple and easy, cheap fix. So the next thing that I would say is to clean your heater vents. So when people come into a home that they're looking to purchase, for some reason, people always look up. And that's the ceiling, but there are vents up there that people don't always clean. So the heater vents, any grills that you have anywhere in the home, you want to make sure and vacuum them or wash them off if you can. You want to make it look like it's super nice and clean, not neglected. So that's something else to think about. Then you want to wash the windows inside and out. So natural light is one of the biggest things in a home that make a home feel really comfortable. So, and super nice and bright homes are always something that's going to sell quicker. So if you want to go through the entire house, wash the inside windows and go outside and wash the outside. Get your hose, whatever you got to do to get those windows clean. You want to make sure that people can see clearly through them, and it makes it feel really nice and clean and bright, and that's definitely a plus when you're trying to sell your home. So the next thing is to have spotless bathrooms and kitchens. So you definitely want to clean through your entire house and do a really deep clean, but the kitchens and the bathrooms are huge selling features, especially the kitchen. But when somebody goes into a bathroom, you want to make sure that they feel like they can actually sit on that toilet and move right in, because that is something, just think about it. When you go into a room and it just isn't totally clean and you're not really sure where you want to sit, that's just not really a comfortable feeling. And when somebody who's trying to purchase a home, you want to make them feel as comfortable as possible. So keeping the bathrooms and the kitchen very clean is always a plus. So one thing with the kitchen is that you definitely want to make as much counter space as possible. So a lot of people have all their contraptions that they got for Christmas, their crock pot and their blender and their toaster and their coffee pot and their small blender and their extra large one. You want to make sure that all that stuff is put away, because when people see that on the counter, it makes the kitchen look a lot smaller and it looks like you don't have enough storage for all of your stuff. So that's definitely not something that we want. We want people to come into the home and feel like, oh my gosh, I have all this counter space. I am so excited to move in and put my crock pot and my blender on the counter. So just keep that in mind and make sure that everything is super nice and clean, and any sparkle you can get on there is always a plus. So the next thing is, if you see anything throughout your home that for sure is not functioning, if there's any like leaky faucets or little things that need to be fixed or repaired, I would definitely take this time to call a handyman, because once so if somebody walks through your home and they see that there's little things that need to be fixed, what they're doing is coming up with reasons to bring the price down, and you don't want that. You want a full price offer. So you might as well take the time to get somebody in there to put take care of the little things that need to be fixed that you know of, and that way they have no reason to come down on that price. So something that's really big, I know for a lot of women, there's still a lot of men that this is a huge thing for too, is closet space. So if you have everything filled completely to the top in your closet, I would definitely declutter that. So I would take out the stuff that's not really in season, and you want to make it look like there's a ton of extra space in that closet, because even if it's a small closet, if there's only, a few things in there and maybe a couple things on the bottom, it looks like there's a ton more space than there really is. You don't want to be deceitful, but you want to definitely point out that there's plenty of space in here for all of their stuff. So put it in boxes, put it in the garage or in storage, and only leave the stuff in there that you definitely need. So you don't want your hangers smushed together so you can't even get through and see what color that shirt is. You want to have some space in between them and take out some extra boxes, anything else that you have in there. So mentioning decluttering, that's a huge thing too. So if you notice, when you're looking at homes online and you see those homes with the pictures of the room and all you see is their furniture and all their knickknacks and their pictures and their wall hangings and all this stuff everywhere, and stuff lined along the side, that's really what you're looking at. So you want to eliminate that, because it's very distracting and you can't actually see the features of the home. All you're looking at is your stuff. So go ahead and go through the home, any extra furniture that you aren't using, little tiny tables, little stuff that's around, and any extra knickknacks and things that just kind of are extra stuff in the home, I would definitely remove those, because what it does is it makes the space look quite a bit larger, and you can actually have the buyer come in the home and look at how amazing this room is, instead of looking at all of your stuff and your awards and all that. What they're trying to do is visualize their stuff in the home and make sure that it's going to be able to fit in there. And maybe they have awards and stuff that they want to put up, and they want to be able to see if they're going to have any room to put those things up. So keep that in mind. Another thing is to depersonalize. So there's a lot of things, a lot of people come into a home and they see your family photos on the walls and all the stuff on the refrigerator, that your kids drew. And what it does is make them feel like they're in somebody else's home. And they don't want to feel that way. They want to come in and be like, oh my gosh, I can totally see my family move in here. And we want them to be excited to put their stuff up. So I would definitely take down any family photos, any religious stuff, or any superstitious stuff. That was hard to say. If that's something that you want in your home, that's okay. You're going to have to take it down anyway to put it in your new home. And you don't want to deter any personal feelings from any potential buyers either. So just keep that in mind. It's nothing personal. It's just you want to have a blank slate for the buyers to come in and visualize all their stuff up. So the last thing that I want to point out is those brightly colored walls. So if you have one of those red walls, or a bright blue or orange or some brightly colored wall, it could be a very nice feature in your home, but you really want to neutralize everything in the house. You want to make sure that it's not a distraction. And if red is somebody's worst color and that's just the color that they can't stand, that's all they're going to remember. They're going to remember, oh, well, remember that house with the red wall? I'm not kidding. There's so many clients that I have that point those things out, and it's such an easy fix. So just go get some neutral paint over the wall. And remember, you can paint those colors in your wall, on your walls when you move to your new home anytime. So just paint over it, make it neutral. That way they can visualize. And it also makes the spaces look a lot brighter and bigger and more welcoming. So that's definitely a good feature to have when you have potential buyers coming through your home. So I'm going to say one more thing too. The staging, I think that's a really good idea as well. If you have furniture and stuff in your home, that's what pretty much they're doing. The professional stagers, they come in and they remove stuff that doesn't need to be there. They make everything look cleaner, brighter, and the spaces make the spaces look quite a bit larger. So if you don't have anything in your home and you have a vacant home, there's nothing in there, I would definitely try and contact a professional stager and have them come in and put whatever they need in the home to make it look very, I want to say appetizing. I don't know the word. Whatever. They're going to make the house look as good as possible. So you definitely, that investment, I'm not really sure how much it's going to cost you. It can range from $500 up to like $3,000 or $4,000. It depends how big your house is. But that initial investment will definitely get you your home sold much quicker, and you will get that money back for sure. So if you guys have any questions, I really hope that helped you. And go ahead and comment down below, and I'm excited to send you my next video. I'll talk to you guys soon, and subscribe and like. See ya.